in New York City. I'm taking classes at HB Studio, so it is acting 1. And I have taken acting classes before in the past, but they were all in Philly and they weren't the best. Like, I don't know, they just, to me, like looking back, they weren't true traditional acting classes. So I'm really excited because this is my first day, like actually doing a real class in New York City with a traditional teacher, a traditional method, and yeah, so I'm really excited. So I'm feeling a little bit nervous just because I don't really know what to expect. I also know that HB Studio doesn't have the best reviews online, but I chose this class mainly because it was like the only one that fit within my schedule because I am coming from out of state, so it was the only one that had a time that worked for me. So yeah, we're gonna see. I'm nervous. I just keep telling myself, like, if I'm not happy, if I don't like it, if I don't feel like it's a safe space, then I'm just not gonna come back. Like, I'm gonna tell the people, listen, this is not for me, this is not where I wanna be, and I'm just gonna not come back. But I am gonna give it a chance. Like, of course, I'm gonna make sure that I, am taking it seriously. I'm definitely gonna make sure that I'm taking it seriously and that I'm doing my best. I'm gonna do all the assignments. I'm gonna try my hardest, so I don't wanna go into it with a negative mindset, but also I'm trying to go into it with the mindset as like, I don't have to do anything I don't wanna do, because I've had bad experiences in the past where it just wasn't a safe space, or the teacher wasn't, respectful, or it just felt like the vibe was off, it felt not good, or like people were there for the wrong reason type of thing. So I'm really just trying to go into it with that mindset, like, you don't have to be here. If you really do not want to be here, you don't have to be here. Bottom line, period. So we're gonna see how it goes, and I'm gonna keep an open mind. My train is in about 1 hour, so I'm getting ready. I'm almost ready to go. I'm just putting a little bit of food in my stomach because it's about a 2-hour train ride and there's not much around here, of course, that I can get. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. So I am heading to the train station now. My train is at 9:38, so I'm trying to hurry up and walk. It's only like a 7-minute walk, but still, I don't want to be late because that's like one of my biggest fears is that I'll miss the train. So I'm on my way. Okay, so I'm finally back at home. I did my first ever acting class at HB Studio in New York City. Overall, I had a very good experience. I was pleasantly surprised. I was very nervous going into it. I was so worried, so scared. I was like shaking. I was prepared to ask for my money back and get a refund. But overall, it was a really good experience. The people were very nice. The teacher was very nice. I felt very comfortable, very at home. I felt welcomed. There were a lot of people who had taken the class before like 3 and 4 times, so that was kind of surprising to me. You don't have to do that, like you can move up in levels, but I know our instructor was saying that she doesn't believe in acting levels, so you can take the classes as many times as you want. There was also another individual who is already a working actor and just came back to take this basic class just to kind of like go back to the basics, go back to the beginning, and you know, like just kind of redo the fundamentals, which I completely understand that, like it completely made sense. So yeah, it was a good experience. We each got up one by one and we gave an introduction of ourselves. We explained why we were there, where we're coming from. We talked about our backgrounds, our jobs. Some people are working actors already, which is great. There were a couple of people in the class who were like amazing, so good. And then, so you had a choice. You could do a monologue, or you could do a song, a poem. You could tell a story, and the story could be true or false. It didn't matter. As long as she believed it, that's all that mattered. So yeah, I felt so relieved after my monologue and everything was done. My teacher, she was very happy with me, so that made me feel good. She said some nice words and gave me some really good feedback, so I think that was really helpful for me and validating, because I tend to doubt myself a lot, and so it's reassuring to hear a professional, you know, tell you and say good things to you and about you. So that made me really feel good. So yeah, I think each week now we're just going to be doing a monologue, a poem, a song. Oh yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned, but people also sang. There were songs. So yeah, you can choose any of those. And I think just week after week, we're just going to keep doing that. We each perform, and then she's going to give us feedback and technique, I guess, feedback, critiques. So yeah, I'm still a little bit confused about, I guess, the structure of the class, but from what I understand, like at the end when we were asking questions, I think it's going to be that you don't have to have it memorized, but I'm going to really try this week to memorize my monologue 100%, because last week, even though I did have it memorized, I feel like I wasn't 100% on it. So as soon as I got up there, I had to whip out my phone because I was so nervous and anxious that I just knew I was going to crack in the moment and not remember a single word on that page. So yeah, but I'm going to try this week to really, I picked out a monologue, I think already. I have a couple, and I'm really just going to force myself to memorize it. I have more time this week because last week I didn't have as much time, but I think I'm going to really force myself to memorize it 110%. That way next week I can just focus on the actions, the movement, the doing, and not so much like in my mind, in my head type of thing. But she said it's up to us. Like at this point, we don't have to have things 100% memorized. We can completely read off the page. But I want to push myself a little bit harder. So overall, it was very diverse. There were several people from different countries all over the world, like all over the world. So that made me feel good because I really wanted to see diversity. I wanted to see, you know, some other people being represented, because a lot of times you only see one group or all females or all males, you know. So I'm glad that it was diverse. There were males, females, all type of people. So that made me really feel good. It was a great experience. I'm looking forward to going back next week. And this week I'm just going to focus on reading the text, the book that we have, doing the exercises, and then I'm going to focus on memorizing my monologue. So I'll report back again next week. Bye.